right. Thank you, Bill and Peter. So as they just mentioned, the DOJ has now fired Manhattan prosecutor Maurene Comey. She's the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. She's worked on a whole number of high-profile prosecutions in recent years out of the Southern District of New York. Let's bring in Andy McCarthy, Fox News contributor and former Assistant U.S. Attorney, to break this down with us. Andy, take a look at this. Some of her recent caseloads have included Sean Diddy Combs, obviously, tried out of SDNY, found guilty of 2 charges, acquitted of 3. Ghislaine Maxwell, she was found guilty on 5 of 6 sex trafficking charges she found. And obviously, Jeffrey Epstein, charged with sex trafficking of minors and conspiracy. He obviously died before he stood trial. What do you make of this track record on her part, on Maurene's part, before we get into her dad?
Well, Jillian, she got high-profile cases in the premier federal prosecutor's office in the United States. So it says that she was a pretty good prosecutor, which is what the track record bears out. I think what happened here is clearly retributive. The Trump administration opened what I think is a baseless criminal prosecution or criminal investigation, at least against Jim Comey last week. I wrote about this over the weekend. President doesn't like Comey. He thinks with a lot of reason that Comey tried to take his first administration down. He promised to be the retribution president, and this is part of the retribution. He's got the constitutional authority to do it, but I think it stinks.
So the president has made no bones about the fact that he doesn't like Comey, he doesn't trust him, he doesn't want him working or touching on anything that will impact his sort of second term in office. Were there any other, and by extension, you know, his family members, did the president have other options here?
Yeah, he could have, especially if he wants the Jeffrey Epstein talk to go away, he could have done nothing. She's a line prosecutor in the Southern District of New York. She's got nothing to do with the president. She was evidently doing a fine job, and she could have just gone about doing the public business, which is what the 200 or so prosecutors in that office have always strived to do. He decided to reach down and swat her because she's the daughter of his political nemesis. The Constitution gives him the authority to do that. I mean, to the extent this is legally interesting, it's that the president is trying to show that he's got the authority to fire executive branch subordinates, even if they're protected by Congress's civil service laws. That's the interesting legal aspect of this. But as far as a story, it's sheer vindictiveness. So folks
on the left certainly may not like the way this went down, but it seems like you're saying, Andy, right, he's on solid legal grounds with this move. Is that right?
Yeah. I think, Jillian, that very often the politics is more important than the legal technicalities. But yes, technically, legally, he's on solid ground. There may be litigation over it because the progressive administrative state, the theory of it is that you have these bureaucrats who should be able to do their jobs without political interference because they work for the public good. That's one way of looking at it, but it's not the original constitutional way of looking at how our government is set up. So I think the president has the authority to do this. I just wish he hadn't done it.
All right, Andy, thanks for taking time with us this morning. Good to talk to you as always.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.